Hey everybody, happy Friday. Can't believe that it's already the end of May. Can you believe that? Time is just flying by and we're already moving into June next week. So this will be our last read aloud of May, and then hopefully we'll get to finish up our book throughout the month of June. So I'm going to continue reading the next couple of chapters from Save Me a Seat. We're already on chapter 11. All right, and this is Ravi's chapter. And I'll read a couple chapters today and then send you on your way into the weekend and finishing up any assignments. All right? Ravi, asked Mrs. Beam, would you like to come up to the board? This is it, the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, ma'am. Mrs. Beam, I say quickly, correcting myself. In my hurry to get up, my knee bangs against my desk and all my school supplies fall to the floor. I don't want to miss my chance to show off my math skills, so I quickly bend down to pick up my things. My glasses start to slip down my nose, but before I can push them up, something hard hits my forehead. It's Joe Sylvester's head. Why has he done this? Bumped me with his rock-hard head. Can't he see I'm trying to collect my stuff? I rub my forehead as he rubs his. His giant foot is stepping on my name card. Bigfoot, I mutter under my breath. Dylan hears me and laughs. That's rich, he says. Bigfoot just sits there like a lump, but Dylan gets right down on the floor beside me and helps pick up the rest of my things. I thank him for his help, then take a deep breath and straighten my back. I am not going to allow anything to spoil this moment. This is my time to shine. I march up to the front of the class, take the blue marker from Mrs. Beam's hand, and face the whiteboard. I look at the first problem, 23 times 13. I close my eyes and the answer comes to me in a flash, 299. But I am not going to blurt it out and take a bow. I am going to show Mrs. Beam something she has never seen before. What you are about to witness is pure magic, a secret handed down from ancient times, I say with confidence. There is complete silence in the classroom. I think Mrs. Beam's jaw has just dropped. Take your time, I warn myself. I write the two numbers one below the other in blue marker. Then with a red marker, I draw an arrow connecting the last digits of both the numbers. 3 times 3 is 9, I say aloud, writing 9 in the ones place with the blue marker. Then I pick up a green marker and draw 2 arrows like a cross. 2 times 3 plus 3 times 1 is 9. I use blue again to write 9 in the tens place. I look at the class. No one is moving. My plan is working perfectly. I draw an orange arrow connecting the tens digits of both the numbers and then pick up the blue marker again to write 2 in the hundredths place. The answer is 299. I proclaim, underlining the answer 3 times in purple, then replacing the cap on the marker with a satisfying click. Everyone is staring shell-shocked at the board, amazed by what I have just done. Dylan Samreen grins and winks at me. I think he is impressed. If this performance has not impressed Mrs. Beam as well, nothing will. Ravi, she says very slowly, looking at all the arrows on the board, your answer is correct and your method is very colorful. But, what can she mean, but? We do things a little differently here, she goes on, giving me that pity look again. Next time, we don't need to see the arrows, just the numbers will do. The purple marker slips from my hand, falling to the floor. First, my manners are too Indian for her, and now my math? What will the next humiliation be? I wonder as I walk back to my desk. As if in answer to my question, I suddenly feel my feet go out from under me. I have tripped over something, and when I fall, my glasses go skidding across the floor. What's the matter with you, Pud? Dylan calls out. Why did you trip the new kid like that? What have I done to deserve this? I haven't said a word to Bigfoot, or Joe, or Pudding, or whatever his name is. First he bumps my head, and now he trips me with his giant foot. Oh my goodness, are you hurt, Ravi? Mrs. Beam asks, rushing over to where I'm lying on the floor. I want to, number 1, show Joe Sylvester what I think of him and his giant foot. Number 2, tell Mrs. Beam the only thing that is hurting is my pride. Number 3, shout at the top of my voice. My name is not Ravi, but here's what I do instead. Bite my tongue, pick myself up, go and get my glasses. Appa's advice has gotten me nowhere. I am right back where I started. The only difference is that now, thanks to Bigfoot, I have a bump on my forehead and a huge shoe print on my name card. Chapter 12, Joe. When Mrs. Beam calls on the new kid to come up to the board to do the first problem, he jumps out of his seat like a jack-in-the-box on a spring. His glasses slide down his nose and all the stuff on his desk goes flying, including his name card, which lands on the floor beside my desk. Ravi, Mrs. Beam has been calling him Ravi, but when he introduced himself earlier, I'm pretty sure he said his name was Ravi, with the accent on the second syllable. As I reach down to pick up the card, he reaches for it at the same time, and we bump heads. Ouch! Dylan gets down on the floor to help Ravi pick up his stuff, but I know what he's really up to. Quick as a flash, he puts one of those mechanical pencils down the front of his pants. When Ravi finally makes it to the front of the class to solve the problem, he draws a bunch of crazy-looking arrows on the board, each in a different color. I think it looks cool, but Mrs. Beam isn't impressed. He seems pretty bummed out after that. I don't see what the difference is as long as he gets the right answer. Then, as if things weren't bad enough, Dylan sticks his foot out and trips him. That's a Dylan Samreen specialty, kicking a person when they're already down. He tries to pin it on me, but anyone with half a brain would see through that. How could I trip him from 10 feet away? My legs are long, but they're not that long. While Ravi goes to get his glasses and Mrs. Beam tries to decide whether she needs to call the school nurse, Dylan reaches back and swipes another one of Ravi's mechanical pencils. I feel bad for Ravi. I could definitely give him some pointers, like, for instance, not to leave his stuff lying around, and to watch out for winking. Dylan always winks when he's up to no good. Maybe at lunch, Ravi and I will sit at the same table again. I wouldn't mind. His clothes are flat, and his lunchbox is weird. But other than that, he seems okay. All right, that's the end of our 2 chapters. So I'm going to stop here and leave you to finish up any assignments you may have. Remember, it is the end of the week, so you want to be sure you've submitted everything into the Drive or into the Google Classroom by 5 o'clock today. All right. Remember, I have office hours today from 10 until 11, so if you have any questions or concerns, you can reach me there. And I hope everyone has a great weekend. See you next week.